Well, here we go. I'm going to give you a recap of our weekend, and you can see what kind of busy I've been. So yesterday started out, we got up real early because we had to take my son to that reset program, my wayward son, and that was a phenomenal presentation. I highly suggest if you have one of those in your community called Reset, that you take any teens you're having even a little bit of trouble with, because it's really, really impactful and really, really helpful. For those of you who've never been here, my name is Michelle. I'm a mom of 12 amazing kids with a 13th on the way who very possibly has Down syndrome. We will soon find out in about 2.5 months, and then we will know. So, without further ado, I'll get going on that. You about done? You gonna head out of here?
I'm out of here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, a little bit of distraction there. Anyway, so after we finished with that took from 8 a.m. till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's just sitting on my rear, trying to keep my feet up so I don't swell, because that's what happens when I sit for too long. And then, then not standing on my feet too long. But it was an enjoyable day with that 15-year-old, and he really liked it. And he was kind of grumbling at first and was afraid it was going to be not a good thing, but he said he was really thankful that it wasn't hard on him and that he really liked it and it wasn't as bad as he thought it was going to be. So that's always a good sign, right? And I felt the same, except for we were wiped out because we had to get up. So we had to get up at 6 after a long evening because my daughter was here in town and just barely left a little bit ago. So it was kind of a little bit exhausting, and we were just so wiped out, and we took a little bit of a nap after that. And then my husband and the kids went to the church Christmas party. I was unable to go. My legs had swelled anyways, and I was just wiped out. So I have to be really careful not to do too much. If I do too much, then I'm no good for anything. So I didn't go to that Christmas party, and I felt really guilty, but sometimes you just have to call it. The good thing about it was I got to hang out with my daughter's sunshine a little longer while we were waiting for them to get home, and I got to hang out with my adult son River, who doesn't always like to hang out, but they both were on my bed and we were having some good discussions, chatting a lot. Despite what people think, we do spend a lot more time together than they admit, and that's okay. But it was good to just visit with them. They're on their way back up to Utah. My son was willing to drive her so she didn't have to do a shuttle bus, and that made it so she could stay a little longer with us. And she gave presents to everyone, and she just had a few days off this week. She won't be off the week of Christmas. She has to work the day before Christmas and the day after Christmas, so that means that she won't be able to come down for Christmas as far as it's looking right now. So we decided to just get her down here early so we could give her presents and that she could enjoy time with the family. We have our family talent show tomorrow night, and that's going to be fun. We have family dinner. I have 3 friends coming over to help me with organizing. We'll positioning furniture and helping me declutter anything that we haven't got to so far. That's important. And then I have a housekeeper coming tomorrow, so that should be really good. As far as today was, I went to church with my daughter to see a friend of hers that she hasn't seen for a long time. And then after that, I went to our church building and did church there and taught the primary kids as usual. We have 6-year-olds in our class, and I have 8 of them. So that's kind of fun. Luckily, my husband was there to help today. So that's always a good thing. But I have just literally been exhausted, wiped out, and if I could show you my legs, you'd see how they are. I don't think they'll show. No, not really. But they're kind of swollen and puffy. So I am going to take an Epsom salt bath, and that should be a really good help on my legs, and I'm hoping so. Just still wearing my church clothes. I can't wait to get out of these and get into my jammies. That'll be so great. There's not too many more things that I feel like we're worried about with the house. there's not too many more things that we have left to do. Do you know I'm still not done decorating my one Christmas tree? I'm hoping to get to that first thing in the morning while the kids are still asleep. That'll be awesome. We did get the outside all finished, like I said, and I posted a couple pictures of that on my Instagram account. I'm Got Kids on Instagram as well. I also have a Got Kids on YouTube. It's Got Kid. I mean on Facebook. It's Got Kids Keep It Real. I also have a mom support page that you're welcome to join if you would like. I check it almost every day to see if anybody else is wanting to join it. So, I mean, it's a small group of women, but there we can support each other. And then the Got Kids is just if you want updates about kids and things that you could do with your kids, activities, ideas, reminders, inspirations, things like that. So it helps keep me motivated, and motivates a lot of other women who've joined the group. So hopefully you can find that beneficial for you as well. And then if there's anything I can think of, I will share it with you. But be sure to look it up. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want, you can subscribe if you want to see more videos. This is kind of turned into a video journal, as you see every time. Just kind of give you a briefing of what goes on. Tomorrow I get to do my pregnancy update for the week for the video. So that'll be good, and you'll get to see my belly bump and how much bigger it is. I'm wearing the dress I wore probably a week or so ago. I showed you guys, but I wasn't wearing my sweater with it, I don't think, then. So I could show that to you today because it's kind of fun. But the more progress that's made, the better off it could be. Today I was really sad because I watched a couple of YouTube videos about Down syndrome, and the one was so sad because they said in Iceland they have almost eradicated babies with Down syndrome, and that they are aborting all of them that probably have Down syndrome and any other genetic problems, alcoholism or anything, if they're predisposed, like if it's in their DNA to have like autism or any kind of mental illness or something that's not considered normal. And so they're aborting those babies, and they're kind of putting pressure on the people to do that so that only perfect people are born. And I just think that's insane. I'm so glad I live in America where I don't have to worry about that, except for the ratio is rising. I mean, it's like 68% of people who are told that they're going to have a baby with Down syndrome choose to get an abortion. And to me, that's a really high rate. But at least I get to choose. And I'm like, why would you not want one? But I don't know. I guess I'm just a different breed. I think babies are a blessing no matter how they come, and that the more kids you have, the happier you are. And that has proved true, even though I've been a little chaos crazy with the amount of stuff. We've just had to simplify things and get them down to a more normal level, and that's where I'm at with all of that. So I'm not too worried about a whole lot else, because to me, I just feel so grateful, you know. And how hard would it be just to give birth to a baby that has Down syndrome and give it up for adoption, because there's so many people on the waiting list for babies with Down syndrome so they could adopt them. And I just, why not? If you don't want to have the baby, give it up. So I'll show you my belly bump. People freak out because it's not as big as you would think. I think it's plenty big. There's the belly bump. You can see my back. So that's all of it. It's just kind of nice because this covers that and then just shows the bump. Pretty cute. But that's just a little treat for you, a little peekaboo. But the kids are excited. They got to open their gifts tonight from my daughter. And my other daughter is literally due any day. Tuesday, she's due any day with her second baby, and we just have so many things to celebrate here. And like I said, tomorrow we have our family dinner and our family talent show. It's more of a comedy show. Everybody just does whatever they want, and they're silly, and that's fun. But we'll just see how it goes. So I hope to be able to share with you tomorrow. So I will be talking to you tomorrow about the baby, and hopefully I won't wait till the end of the day when I'm about wiped out. So there you have it. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for supporting me, even though there's been a lot of negativity spread about me, and I'm just glad that you're choosing the positive. That's what I like to focus on, is the positive. I have slipped and said a few things that weren't totally positive because I was trying to work things out, and you got to be here for my live journal, and that's basically what I did, was just told you the truth. And that's what you get here. You get real. You get what's really going on, and you know, just that this is the honest truth. And I hope that if you're a mom, that you remember to take breaks, and that you put your feet up, and that you remember to take care of you, because if we don't take care of us, how are we going to take care of anybody else properly? And my kids are learning the routines, and they're doing so much better, and for that I am so very grateful. But thanks again for being here. Take care. Make sure you leave a comment below or a question below if you have any. I'll be sure to get to it within 24 hours, if not earlier, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye. Take care.